2.6. Increase your awareness, an essential for contentment. Lesson 1.7. Break the cycle. It's the sequence of the break the cycle, the 2.6. Okay. Human beings have always employed an enormous amount of clever devices for running away from themselves. We can keep ourselves busy, fill our lives with so many diversions, stuff our heads with so much knowledge, involve ourselves with so many people, and cover so much ground that we never have time to probe the fearful and wonderful world within. By middle life, the most of us are accomplished fugitives from ourselves. John Gardner. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. Carl Jung. Go within or go without. Neil Walsh. As always, the source of this lesson, the link for the lesson I'm reading, it is down below. Okay, this is skipping the next paragraph and the video. This article offers a perspective on personal awareness and practical options for improving it. It provides a status check of where you are, perspective on awareness, be aware of what, why are so many people unaware, why improve your awareness, and options for doing so. Okay, so hold on a second. This article assumes you are familiar with the introduction of this website and premises underlining the self-improvement lesson 1, which means all the previous videos are by now 80. Okay. You can always put on velocity too. Okay, so instead of listening to 30 minutes, you listen to 15. Perspective. Higher animals are unique among earthly life forms because we have a multifunctional brain, nervous and hormonal system, and specialized organs allowing us to see, smell, feel, hear, taste, and sense things around us. We may start the instinctive process of converting signals from these organs into meaning in the womb. We automatically refine that process for decades until our senses and brains decay and die. What is awareness? Many students of human nature accept that we have at least 3 minds. Your conscious mind holds information you are aware of, including some memories. Consciousness is like the sphere of vision created by a light in a dark cave. With practice and a good vocabulary, we can choose words, symbols, language to describe our conscious awareness. Your semi-conscious mind holds information you may become aware of, like some other memories and perceptions, repressions, spiritual signals, hunches, and intuitions. And your unconscious mind, which holds information that you can't normally be aware of. Instincts and some reflexes may reside here. By definitions, we cannot articulate unconscious data. Some mind-altering chemicals and hypnotic experiences can reveal some unconscious information or unconscious minds. Unconscious content affects our moods, bodily functions, and behaviors. Here, awareness refers to what you are conscious of now and over time. Your current awareness includes mental, cognition, and thinking, plus and bodily emotions and senses and spiritual elements. Mental awareness can include current and remembered knowledge and subjective perceptions, and conscience about yourself, other people, relationships, events, environments. Sensory awareness may include current sights, sounds, touches, tastes, and smells. Some people propose that we have 6 senses, which allows conscious awareness of hunches, intuitions, premonitions, and senses. I sense you are obsessed with me. Spiritual awareness is a consciousness of non-observable entities, forces, energies that affect life on earth. I felt the presence of God as we crashed. Some suggest that still small voice within us brings spiritual guidance. Spiritual growth may be defined as increasing your spiritual awareness and understanding of these entities as you age. Note the difference between being aware and making intellectual sense, of decoding or interpreting your awareness, for example, figuring out what it means. These are 2 related but separate learned abilities. Premises. See how you feel about these ideas. A. I agree. D. I disagree. And question mark. I'm not sure. It depends on what. Adults, kids, and infants have 3 levels of awareness: conscious and semi-conscious, and unconscious. All these combine to cause current moment needs, discomforts, thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Agree? AD question mark. Anyone like you can intentionally benefit by expanding their conscious awareness, increase the light by meditating and journaling regularly. Okay, that's the photons on your atoms. Okay. Conscience. The semi-conscious awareness is limited by knowledge beliefs about life on earth, and b vocabulary available to describe personal knowledge, beliefs, and perceptions. Both factors can be intentionally improved over time. Human conflict occurs because of a differences in people perceptions and awareness, and b their inability to communicate objectively and competently about this difference. Part of general awareness is communication awareness, perceiving and interpreting the dynamic inside of us and between and other living things. Once people are aware of this and some basic knowledge, they can intentionally improve their thinking and communication effectiveness. Teaching kids to be aware of their awareness and want to intentionally expand and use it is a priceless lifelong gift. Do you do this? Did your childhood caregivers? Not doing it's usually a sign of a false self-dominance, unawareness, and ignorance, lack of knowledge. What did you just learn? Be aware of what? All living things strive to survive and to avoid and reduce discomforts. Evolution promotes survival and by promoting us with organs, nerves, and brain to decode meaning from our sensory signals. So we have designed to be aware of signals, sounds, touches, temperatures, taste, hungers, thirst, awareness, aches, pains, and smells that signal danger or discomfort. Awareness of sensory inputs is larger instinctual and learned by early. Don't touch skunks or fire. Because we humans are social animals, our dangers also include a wide variety of relationship discomforts and pain that, say, buffalo, seagulls, and girl-bills are probably free of. So the awareness we have concerned with here is thoughts, emotions, senses, and sensations, social dynamics, and spiritual things. Awareness of thoughts and emotions. Mental awareness. Do you know people who answer, what are you thinking? I don't know. Or nothing. What may be true, they are unaware. Or it may be a way to avoid revealing their thoughts or unexpected pain. For example, that's a stupid idea. Such people may have trouble conversing because they don't know what to say. Several factors may explain this. The person has many personality subselves expressing themselves at once, and the person can't identify or express the chaotic thoughts and feelings, is overwhelmed, and or she is fear-based and shame-based, wounded, and feels unsafe to have certain thoughts or express them, and or she is aware of current thoughts but lacks the vocabulary and social skills to express them clearly and feels inept, and or something else. If any of these factors hinder your ability to be aware of or express your thoughts, you may access yourself for physical wounds, psychological wounds, and commit to reducing any you find. For example, committing to free your talented true self, quieting your inner babble, and intentionally healing old fears of expressiveness. For example, work at lesson 1. Another option is to intentionally expand your vocabulary over time. I need to clean my nose. If any of these factors hinder your ability to be aware of expressing your thoughts. Okay, sorry. Emotional awareness. Can you define an emotion without using the word feeling? Oh, I did a video about that. You can go and see down below. We grow an array of several dozen emotions early in life. They are automatically neurochemical reactions to sensations and perceptions amplified or triggered by an amazing ability to think. Note the difference between feeling and emotion to express it. All animal behavior, like yours, is an endless quest to avoid pain and death, and to reduce discomfort's needs. Premise: every negative, uncomfortable emotion like rage, fear, shame, frustration, guilt, and jealousy is a useful pointer to some unfulfilled primary needs. This suggests that all emotions are helpful if you are aware of them. Do you agree? Do you know adults or kids who seem over-controlled, flat, or unexpressive? Contrast them with others who are lively, animated, and spontaneous. Where to fit in? Where do you fit on a line between these two traits? The former group may have learned very early that expressing and or acting on their feelings brought pain, so they learned to either damp or control expressive on their emotions. Often people like this consciously breathe very shallowly because oxygen tends to amplify emotions. Many people who observe that typical females are more emotionally volatile and average and expressive than average males. That suggests that some males may be genetically hindered from being aware of their emotions. That interesting proposal by the neurological and moi is that brains can be classed as males or females because they are wired and operate differently. Her research suggests that depending on hormonal and genetic factors, in the pregnant mother, male babies can develop a female brain. That helps explain why some males are very sensitive and emotional and others aren't. I think it's more complicated than that. My research suggests that adults who were encouraged to reward for expressing their emotions by their expressive adults are more aware of their feelings than kids from low nurturing families. What do you think? Is this true? When you want to be more aware of your emotions, assess whether you may be a grown wooden child. Senses. Do you ever have hunches, intuitions, feelings, or premonitions? Are you aware of your day and night dreams and fantasies? Do you feel they mean something or merit some action? People who lack awareness of these are often compulsively busy or rarely slow down to breathe and notice these common experiences. People who value some form of meditation like Zazen and practice breathing techniques are often more aware of these senses. Many people believe such awareness is a part of being spiritual. Well, if we understand quantum physics, everything is spiritual. We just I saw a video. I will explain a video. I will do a video explaining. We have if we, I think that if we have a film tape of 2,000 kilometers, the amount of what we can see, it's this size. It's very little. Okay, the amount of things that we can touch, see, smell, speak, or the vibrations. Okay, or the electrical, because the eyes are electrical, the listening is electrical, thinking is electrical, speaking is electrical, touching is electrical. So that vibrations are so the range of the vibrations are so low that there is much more information in the same frame, let it so say. Okay, awareness of social dynamics. These zones can any that three zones that anyone can increase their awareness of are the ceaseless internal interaction among their personality subselves in a family, apparent interactions among other people's subselves. For example, looks like Luke has an internal conflict now, and the multi-factor dynamics between you and other people. For example, I noticed that Yana and I are arguing now, not problem solving. On a scale of 1 totally unaware to 10 totally aware, how would you rank your normal awareness of each zone? Have your awareness of these grown and shrunk during your adult years? Internal awareness. Growing number of observers believe that normal personalities are made of semi-autonomous subselves or parts, which are probably discrete brain regions. These interact at all time, causing our thoughts, emotions, and some body sensations. To gain awareness of the busy social worlds within you and other people, study this and then identify your subselves. Learning to affirm and harmonize your subselves is the focus of lesson 1 here. If you are curious and skeptical about subselves, read this letter and try this safe, interesting exercise after you finish this article. Interpersonal awareness. 2 of 7 powerful relationship skills anyone can learn to use are process awareness and meta talk. Professional communicators like therapists and life coaches can learn to be aware of up to 50 social dynamics. Most people need to know fewer than 10 of these are normal situations. Lesson 2 in this website provides guidance and resources for learning these dynamics. Some scholars like awareness to an onion, peeling each layer, revealing a deeper layer. leading to a perfect peace, oneness with the universe, or nirvana, or shakti. It's like to have always making love with yourself all the time without sexual arousal, because your brain or the pineal gland produces DMT. And for the research I've done, women are wired to do this automatically, okay, because we have access to magnetism and we have empathy, okay, and our brain works in everything all together, okay, in a holistic manner, okay. That's what I think we have been. The feminine has been encaged so that the strength of the source is not reached, because the magnetism is love, okay. The man, according to the research I've done, and I will do a video exactly about the point that I'm doing, but I need to do a lot of other videos in order to do the climax, is that men can only reach the DMT and activate the pineal gland. They have to to be awakened. So have to fall in love with a woman that to which makes them change all the bad habits in order to keep the woman in their lives on the wrong run. They have to do a white tantra for 12 years in order to be able to fully activate the pineal gland, okay. Women have immediately access to that, okay. And women have 70% of magnetisms, that's the main energy, the yin and yang, and 30% electricity, that's the difference between the feminine energy and the masculine energy. And the male have 70% electricity, that's masculine energy, and 30% magnetism. If themselves, the more masculine a man is, the more feminine the woman is going to be, or they are attracted to. And which means that the more feminine, the more masculine the traits are, means that he has a good sense of his feminine energy. And the more feminine the woman is, the more integrated the masculine energy it is on her. Okay, that's very important. I will do a careful explaining this, because I've read and did a longer research, checking a lot of areas and a lot of experts. Okay, and I think that's the point of the Bible. The point of the Bible, it gives you on the Kali Yugas, on the Bronze and the Iron Ages, that Platon says, because now we are on the Bronze Age. We are on the Pisces era, so on the next 13 years is the feminine energy is leading. So what I've understood, the point of the Bible is to lead each person to this nirvana that he's talking about, to Shakti, to making love to yourself here constantly all the time. And it's a book about ascension, which means it's an emotional, intellectual, creatively and spiritual calibration of oneself in order to know how you should align your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and actions in order to have more photons in your body, to have more love in your body. And it's very important to understand the difference between meta and anti-meta. Okay? That's the thing. So they are, by aligning your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and actions, you will have, according to love, you will have more photons. Okay? That's what I've understood. Okay? Why are many people unaware? Because our warp speed imperative culture doesn't value or promote personal stillness, meditation, and awareness. Mindfulness. Few parents and scholars teach kids the value of being quiet and unaware, meditating, journaling, empathy, and process awareness. The ceaseless barrage of media stimulation most of us endure. Some people are extroverts who are uncomfortable focusing inside. Many adults and all kids are unaware of being psychologically wounded and their subselves protectively distorting, numbing, or blocking their emotions and awareness. They may also suffer from mind racing or churning when they subselves talk at once, drowning out local awareness. I just want to add that most of people don't talk about this and it's something that Dr. Paul Marco explains very often is that in the Western societies, we don't talk about demons or theurgy. And theurgy is the invocation of spirits according to your emotions, okay? And these people, according to, and it is easier for me to talk about demons if I want to talk to an older person or a person outside our culture. Instead of talking about the shadow, we talk about demons, okay? And once you have your pineal gland is open, it means that you ask a question, and instead of searching to Google, the universe gives you the answer, okay? Because that was something that I could do before going into school, okay? Or until I was 8, I was able to do that. And actually, I was able to do that until I was 18 or a little later, and then I lost it, and I've been working for the last 5 years to regain that capability. And I know that when I wake up every day at 6, and from 6 to 8, that's the iris time. My pineal gland, that's iris, that's where the pineal is. It is always pulsating, okay? And it took me 4 years to get there with daily meditation, and I cleaned my the Nahrungsmittel. So I do pure keto, okay? So I don't drink. I drink alcohol rarely, but I do, and I do a lot of things. I did a video about that, the food regimen, okay? So some wounded people fear looking within, which reveal or free something awful or evil. They avoid inner awareness. Well, if you see the things that I have concerning numerology on the sections on the playlist Know Yourself, I have so far three videos about it, but by the time this video goes on, most likely I will have more. And if you see my numerology, I have 5566997799, which means that or I do what my higher self wants, or I do what my higher self wants. So I don't have an option without looking within for answers. Okay, so I'm extremely introspective because that's how I was. My circuit is planned to be, okay, and I can teach people how to be it, okay. Because I constantly analyze my behavior. I do what he talks about, the meta thinking or meta communicating. So I do meta behavior, okay. Paradox. Do you agree that average people in developed societies are usually unaware of their thoughts, emotions, and social dynamics? Can you think that other people or social reasons epidemic unawareness? Yes, you can't forget that according to human design, 70% of the population are generators, manifestors, or generator manifestors whose consciousness is lower than of one of a reflector or a projector, okay? And for that reason, we live in a society that was thought by them for them, okay? Together, that we live in a narcissistic society, and for that you must understand the difference between what is a narcissist, the difference between a narcissist and a psychopath, and also the influences on the system analysis and the hierarchies, okay? I did a playlist about that. It's a must to know that. It's like reading and writing or driving a car. You must know those things, okay? Paradox. Until we won't seek the benefits of great awareness unless we are aware of the cost of unawareness. For example, we are unaware of our unawareness unless we choose to reduce it on faith. Reducing psychological wounds, lesson 1, usually increases in awareness and empathy automatically. Implication: if you want to intentionally increase your unawareness, you must admit and overcome your version of the blocks above. To do that, you will need your true self steadily to guide your sub-selves. Do you know who's really running your life? Why improve your awareness? Benefits vary by personality, age, cultural situations. Gaining wide angle in the outer awareness is like changing visual blindness to clear color vision. This is immortalized in a line from the hymn Amazing Grace. I was blind, but now I see. Do you feel more aware versus knowledgeable? As an adult than you were as a kid. If so, pause and reflect. What benefits has that brought you? The overarching benefit of increasing your awareness is longer periods of personal serenity and peace, freedom from personal and social discomfort. Do you feel that reducing chronic personal stress probably promotes a healthier lifestyle and longer life? Intentionally improving your awareness of what other people are feeling, thinking, needing, and doing promotes more empathic, effective communication and satisfying relationships. Becoming more aware of the dynamics between you and other people who promotes more effective communication and more social harmony and satisfaction among all participants. Increased awareness and knowledge of the grieving process, lesson 3. And also, grieving is the fourth chakra. Don't forget that can sharply lower your odds in getting stuck in mourning significant losses, broken bonds. Seeking more spiritual awareness can improve your communication and relationship with your higher power, especially in troubled times. Add any benefits that are unique to your personal and family situation. Have you ever seen these awareness benefits in one place before? All these benefits together can significantly improve your marital and family satisfactions and parenting effectiveness over the time. This is especially true if you encourage young people in your life to be more aware in all the three zones: in me, in you, between us. And the model it for them. Are your family adults doing that yet? My question is, why do you think that in the society we live they are attacking family? So, are you motivated to increase your personal and social awareness now? If so, consider this. Options for improving your awareness. A major block for personal awareness is being often dominated by a distrustful sub-self, a false self. So, a first step is to assess yourself honestly for psychological wounds and decide if you need to commit to wound reduction. For example, freeing your true self to guide your personality. If you ignore this, lower your expectations of the other options below. See self-improvement lesson 1. Decide something like, my life will be longer and more enjoyable if I am patiently grow my awareness. Then repeat that and practice this simple exercise at random times during the day. At night. Option. Be open to learn some patterns of your awareness over time. For example, I'm most aware in the morning or in nature. There are many age-old practices for increasing inner and outer awareness. Most suggest A. Setting aside undistracted periods of time and of the day and night to be physically and mentally quiet, and B. Learning how to breathe naturally from your belly. To do the first, you may need to meet your dedicated achiever and chronic and critic sub-selves who insist that you constantly be doing something productive. Recovery expert John Bradosh observed that we are human doings, not human beings. Tell your pusher, dryer, achiever sub-self that doing nothing is productive, and you trust you and your sub-self to benefit from quiet periods. Don't try to convince this energetic sub-self that more awareness is beneficial. She won't understand or agree. You may also have to explain this idea to other people who chide you for being lazy or wasting time. Yeah, or being dreamy. Most people find that doing some form of regular journaling helps grow awareness of their inner and outer worlds. A useful reference is that series of books based on The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Reluctance to do this often seems the scared child, but what if someone reads it? The cynic doctor is this is a stupid waste of time, and the pessimist this won't do any good sub-selves. A traditional way to improve awareness is any of the many forms of meditation. Search the web with this term and see what you get. This includes an aroma and or massage therapy. Become curious about how other people manifest and practice awareness and be open to new ideas. If you accept some people are more apt to at awareness than others, seek people in your community who are respected veterans, coaches, and guides, expanding your consciousness. This includes pastoral counselors and spiritual guides, for example, Zen Buddhist masters and Native American shamans. Try experiencing several retreats in nature settings to get away from your daily distractions. Some geographic locations like Sedona, Arizona are renowned for enhancing personal and spiritual awareness. Yes, I really want to go there. It's one of my goals. To enhance your social interpersonal awareness, study these communication bases and this article for perspective and options. These are a few of many options available to you towards enjoying a greater personal social and spiritual awareness. They all require to you A, free yourself to lead your personality, and B, decide to improve your awareness without knowing what the specific benefits will be. A leap of faith. Status check. Now, how would you explain the concept of awareness to an average preteen? Try saying your definition out loud, then reflect and rank yourself from 1. I am never aware of myself and others, and to 10. I am always very aware. Blank. How does this compare with your rank at the top of the article? What have you learned? Recap. This article defines awareness, focuses on why and how intentionally improve your personal and social awareness. This article exists because of the premise of the most American adults like you, and all kids are unaware of their unawareness. This significantly hinders their serenity, health, relationship, and accomplishments. The article proposes that you can achieve significant personal and social benefits from patiently raising your awareness, A, within you, B, of other people, empathy, C, between you and other people, and D, of spiritual things. Pause, read, and reflect. Why do you read this article? Did you get what you needed? If not, what do you need? Who's answering these questions? Your true self or somebody else? Thank you very much for listening to me. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell button, share the video on social medias. For consultation and donations, the email is down below. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.